Offset dude. I ain't gonna leave him out. You know, I'm just real like this, you know, because, you know, throwing rocks and hiding their hand, right? They be throwing rocks and hiding their hand.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, before we get into this video, please make sure you head on down to Instagram and follow us on our official Instagram page at hookahanonymous_. Alright? We're able to be a little more explicit, a little more uncensored, and share content freely without running the risk of having our channel terminated. So, once again, make sure you head on down to Instagram and follow us on our official Instagram page at hookahanonymous_. Alright, now let's get into what you guys came here to see. Now, J Prince Sr., not to get him confused with his son, J Prince Jr., but J Prince Sr. has come out in an interview with Gilly and Wallow on $1 Million Worth of Game, and he has some words for Offset. Now that I think about it too, it's kind of strange that all of this has came out around the same time of Quavo's Grammy tribute to Takeoff. I don't know, I just find it weird. That's just something to think about. But anyway, J Prince Sr. accused Offset of throwing rocks and then hiding his hands, indicating that maybe Offset has said or did some things and then tried to act like everything was cool. You know, normally when someone accuses someone of throwing rocks and hiding their hand, it usually means that someone is being a snake or saying or doing something behind the scenes but acting another way in public, you know, sort of. Now, I find it funny that all of this been happening, but J Prince Sr. is coming out now about everything. Keep in mind that this is not his first interview speaking on the Takeoff situation. It's just the first that I heard of with him addressing Offset for whatever reason. Now, keep in mind that this all comes after we heard of J Prince Sr. and QCP having a meeting and coming to whatever agreement that they came to. Nobody knows what that agreement was or, you know, why they even needed to come to an agreement, but that was a word all around the blogs. I assume that they spoke to clear the name, you know, and let it be known that Mob Ties and them had no involvement like everyone was accusing them of having, you know, J Prince Jr. of moving a little funny, but I can't think of any other reason why they would need to come to a meeting and come to whatever agreement that the blogs and everybody was saying that they came to. Now, J Prince was saying that he has eyes and ears everywhere and he hears what's being said and he hears what Offset has been saying behind the scenes. Now, honestly, the only thing I could think of as far as Offset saying anything that involves J Prince's name or J Prince Jr.'s name or Mob Ties or any of them would be the accusation that everybody has been making about Mob Ties allegedly having involvement with the Takeoff death. You know, that's the only thing I could think of. And y'all know J Prince usually speak in codes and don't really give you direct answers to anything when he's doing interviews. So you kind of have to like read between the lines. But other than the Takeoff situation, I can't see what else Offset would say to make J Prince say something along the lines of him having to defend himself against Offset. You know, that don't even sound right, but it is what it is. Now, to be honest with you, I'm kind of surprised that J Prince would even call out Offset like that. And when he said that when Takeoff was alive, Offset wasn't really around like that, that kind of made me raise an eyebrow. You know, for one, these guys are real family members, like actual relatives. So honestly, for J Prince to be speaking on their situation or for anybody to be speaking on their situation, it's really not anyone's business. We don't know what's going on behind the scenes with QC, the label, and Offset and the MIGOS. We don't know why Offset chose to distance himself from the MIGOS, but after seeing what transpired after he left, it don't seem to be a bad idea after all, huh? But my point of this is, you know, just because these guys weren't together in the public eye and he left the MIGOS doesn't mean that him and Takeoff had a bad relationship or wasn't close with each other. You know, if anything, it seemed like Offset and Quavo had it out for each other more than anything. But we even seen them come together for Takeoff's funeral, so clearly it's nothing that deep. And like I said before, these guys are actually relatives. You know, I personally feel a lot of the times when it comes to these groups and their breakups, the business can divide them more than anything. I wouldn't say that it's personal, but more so the business. You know, where one group member may have tension with the CEO, so he's like the black sheep of the group, right? And he leaves. Not because of anything with the other group members, but more so the CEO. It's kind of weird if you're staying in the group and you know you got tension with the CEO. You don't want to get any foul play. You don't want to be mistreated or whatever. So you go your opposite way, right? And that's what it seemed like the situation is with Offset and QC. But once again, we're all from the outside looking in, so we really don't know what it is 100%. You know, I find it funny that Jay Prince is coming out of nowhere saying all this. When the Takeoff situation been happened, people been hitting that Mob Ties and them guys may have had some type of involvement in it, allegedly. You know, not just Offset. It wasn't just Offset. So why is he coming out now sending these dry threats to only Offset as if he did something wrong majorly? Like, keep in mind, Offset's Takeoff's actually family. And I'm getting the vibe that maybe when they had that meeting, it was discussed how Offset suing QC and them and maybe stopping whatever money or affiliation that Jay Prince probably got with QC. Who knows? None of us knows, but we do find it weird how Jay Prince just came for Offset like that on a big platform, like $1 million worth of game, especially after, you know, everything was kind of simmering down. And I say simmering down because you kind of stop hearing about the whole Takeoff situation, meaning like, you know, the accusations that was flying around about this one and that one, you know, after, even though people didn't really agree with the DJ that was, you know, is supposed to be the suspect and everything, him being released. You know, like I said, the whole situation is kind of weird and how it's playing out, but it was kind of simmering down. But him doing interviews is kind of, you know, reviving it, and people are starting to ask questions again and again and again. Now, to be honest with y'all, let me tell y'all, man, I knew from the time it was reported that Lil Baby's entourage and Offset got into that altercation that QC was never going to be the same. Because it was at one point where Lil Baby was throwing subliminals at Migos after the situation happened and all the rumors started flying, and that's never a good look for a team. If two of your artists is warring, that makes the family look vulnerable, you know? And let's be honest, the CEO is usually going to side with who's ever generating more money at the time. In that case, it seemed like it was Lil Baby. But at the end of it all, we've also seen Quavo and Lil Baby together as well. So I don't know. It's just a whole lot of mess going on. Speaking of Quavo, I wonder how Quavo feel about Jay Prince Sr. coming at Offset. Because despite whatever differences they may have in the public, y'all got to remember, Quavo, Offset, and Takeoff, they are all real relatives, man. So I don't know about Quavo, but, you know, even if I'm into it with my cousin or my brother or whatever, I'm not going to just sit back and allow anybody to say something to my brother or my cousin. It just ain't going to feel right, you know. Now, maybe Jay Prince got some type of business going on with QC. Maybe the lawsuit that Offset got against them probably getting in the way of some. Who knows? Like I said before, he never really speaks directly, so it's kind of hard to decipher what Jay Prince is saying. So I really don't know. Oh, and before we end the video, he did also accuse Quavo homie Willie Bands of being a snitch and brought up police paperwork to back up his claims on $1 million worth of game. So y'all make sure y'all go check out the interview, man. It was actually interesting. Saw all the stuff he said in that interview. And yeah, man, head on down to Gillian Wallow's platform. Make sure y'all go check out the video. As of now, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as you keep on watching, I'm going to keep on dropping. And I'm out.